You are unique. Who you are is already enough. Life is simpler than you think. You can relax. I'm wellbeing coach Lizzie Paish, and in this series of short podcasts, I'm sharing a new understanding of how our minds work, which points you in the direction of happiness and well-being. It's good to be me. 4. Happiness, well-being and peace of mind are not on sale out there. When we look around, we can see plenty of people who seem to have what we think we want. Whether it's money, good looks, gadgets, the latest bike or car, fame and fans, great exam results without even seeming to try, lots of friends, amazing relationships with beautiful people, or some other form of what we call success. And it's not surprising that we want these things for ourselves, because somehow we've been told our whole lives that those, or at least some version of them, are what we should be aiming for and what will make us happy. But there seem to be plenty of unhappy people around these days. What if the reason for that is that those things we've been told will make us happy just don't? Somehow we seem to keep this myth going, and we collect evidence to support it, but it doesn't really stand up to close scrutiny. Let's take a look at it. For convenience, I'll summarise the things we go after as material stuff, success, whatever that means to you, popularity in relationships, basically people liking us. That's just a kind of broad stroke, so add in anything else that seems important to you. If you start to look for the correlation between having these things and happiness, this is what I think you'll find. Yes, there are plenty of people with success, money and popularity who are enjoying life. But there are also many, many very visible instances where this is not the case. Think celebrities struggling with drug and alcohol addiction. Think stressed out, high-achieving business execs. Think depressed ex-professional sports people, as just a few examples. Then you'll find people who may be pottering along living what on the surface might look a fairly ordinary, simple existence, who are very happy and enjoying their lives. Then there are those in the same position who are deeply dissatisfied and unhappy. If you drew this out on a chart, you'd see ticks in all 4 quadrants. So what do we make of that? What I make of it is this. There is no correlation, and certainly no causal effect, between success, in the commonly understood sense, and happiness. I'm not saying that it might not be a very good idea to have an interesting and challenging job which earns you enough money to pay the bills, great relationships, and somewhere comfortable to live. But when you think your well-being relies on those things, that's when you're in trouble. These things won't make you happy. They won't bring you fulfillment and freedom in themselves. Happiness, contentment, peace of mind, psychological freedom, they're not the result of anything out there in the world. They're all an inside job. And actually, that's great news, because it means you can experience them right now. When you realise that you can enjoy and appreciate every stage of your life, that you don't have to wait for some great imagined future which might take years to reach, you can then relax. And it's that feeling of relaxing into life and just living it that's actually what we're all looking for, whether we realise it or not. That's happiness, when we stop striving and struggling for something else. And the funny thing is, when you start to engage fully with the game of life and stop worrying about the future or the past, you might just find it's easier to reach your goals anyway. Happiness is not on sale out there. There is nothing you can buy, achieve, or get that will give you the feeling that you're looking for. The trouble is, when you've decided there's somewhere that you have to get to, something you need or need to achieve, and that when you get there you can be happy, 3 things happen. First, You've innocently decided that you can't really be happy now until that thing happens, so you're not. Secondly, you strive and struggle against how things are right now, which is uncomfortable. And thirdly, but perhaps most significantly, when you do get to the thing you're striving for, you probably won't be happy for long anyway, because that striving and struggling is unlikely just to switch off, and before you know it, that sense that you need something more will be back to haunt you. So what's the answer? Start to put your attention into now. It's that simple. Our constant agitating for something other than what is gives us that horrible feeling that something's wrong, that something's missing. What if it isn't? What if you're doing just fine and you can settle into that and give yourself permission to be happy now? The results will speak for themselves. I'd love you to check this out for yourself. Do you notice that there isn't really a link between people who are loving life and the outward success in their lives? I have to say, as people get older, it becomes more and more evident. When you relax and just get involved in what you're doing, without thinking about what's wrong with your life or what else you want, do you notice that those are the times you feel at your best? That's what I'm talking about. This was It's Good to Be Me with Lizzie Paish. If you'd like to listen to more episodes, check your favourite podcast app or visit lizziepaish.com.